Good morning. It's Frisky Friday, and thanks for being here. And I'm going to bring everybody in. We got George, and we got Mark. And hang on, I'm getting Sean here. And Sean.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Sean. Morning, Trixie.
Good morning,
And
Mark. Good
George.
morning, Trixie. Good morning, Sean. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning. I'm practicing dementia.
I'm going to start out, and I want to tell you guys something.
You should have an
Look
ice
what I
cream cone.
got from you guys.
Look at that.
Thank
Wow.
you so much for that.
Look
You
at
don't even
that.
know how much I appreciate it. And I would put it on, but it would
Really
mess up
cool.
my hair today, and I don't want to do that when I'm doing
You
it.
already went through makeup.
Yeah, I have a makeup artist here that
Put it
does.
on. Put it on 1 minute. Just put it on 1 minute. I gotta spoil your hair. Put it on 1 second.
I'll do it at the end. I'll do it at the end. I'll put it on before we go out. I'll put it on before I go out. But I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for that. It does look really good on too.
All the work you did to us, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It meant a lot to me that I got that. And I will wear it.
All of us.
Yeah, I know you guys are so nice. You're gonna spoil me, and then I'm gonna get a really
George
big
is
head.
George is
You're worth it,
You do one out
Trixie.
shit, and that's it. It's over.
What did
You
you
do all the other boys you want, and then you do one out shit. That's it. Done.
say? Well, I'm gonna start out with a prayer, like we always do. So, the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Psalm 119. And it's a faith check. Those who follow God stay close behind him and set their feet in his very footprints. He illuminates the path before us and encourages us to stay on it. And so that means like have faith in what Trump is doing behind the scenes. Don't get yourself all worried about it. He follows God and he follows Jesus. And he's got the light of the Holy Spirit on him. Absolutely. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten as far as he has. And so amen today.
Amen, Trixie.
And we got a really good guest today, and I'm going to let Mark introduce him since he wanted to. So go ahead, Mark.
Oh, we have a guest today? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Beau Robinson, I think a lot of you heard about Beau's uh, uh, fantastic perfume that he has, White Privilege perfume, and it's part of his company, Got Privilege. They see there, Trixie has it right there. And as I understand, well, not understand, I've actually smelled it myself. This stuff not only provides white privilege, but it really smells good. Beau's also a stand-up comedian, so he's gonna be a fun guest today. So you want to bring Beau in?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Beau.
Gotta throw a little bit of this on.
Good.
Thanks for that great intro, Mark. I appreciate it. How's everybody else doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much.
Hey,
Trix, appreciate talking
thanks for
yesterday.
getting up so early out there. I know it's 6 a.m. on the the left coast there. So really appreciate you getting out of bed so early to join us.
Yeah, no problem. I feel like you do that on purpose. You're torturing us over here. You must really hate Californians.
Hey, we're thinking about starting it up an hour early pretty soon so we can go 2 hours.
If it couldn't get any worse, am I right?
What
Yeah.
time is it there, Bo?
6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Haven't gotten up this early since high school.
Yeah, right?
What
was that?
We're in daylight savings time, so it's pretty good. That's why it's only 3 or else it'll be 4.
Yeah.
Right. How's everybody doing this morning?
Very
Doing
good.
well,
Very
man.
good.
Doing well.
Excellent.
How are your stock portfolios? They going up or down?
Hey,
You can't really
the
watch.
only way that you can get hurt right now is if you're stupid enough, if you become a panican and you sell your stock. I hear, all these leftists talking about, oh, President Trump just killed everybody's 401k. Well, yeah, if you go and liquidate your 401k today, you're probably going to take a little bit of a hit. But at the end of the day, if you're in it for the long term, you're going to do really well because by the end of 2025, the stock market is going to be on
I did
fire
that
like
back
the
years
rest of our
ago.
economy.
Yep.
But Beau, how the
I
heck
made
did you
that
come
mistake
up with
years
an
ago,
idea
and I'll never do it again.
spreading white privilege throughout the world, regardless of race, creed, or color or background?
Well, it was actually I was doing stand up and I was making fun of the white privilege credit card. Have any of you guys got one of those?
Yeah, it's a black guy that does that card.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a whole clip of I think I've got three of your clips, and I ran them all together. If you want me to play it, so everybody kind of gets an idea.
Sure, go for it.
How to give an African white privilege. Dude, I'm from Indiana. Same thing. You feel that? No? At least you smell good. My credit score just went up. I didn't know I had a credit score. I literally can't explain it. How to give a black guy white privilege.
Soy mexicano.
What?
Que no soy moreno, soy mexicano.
Same thing. Feel that?
Feel what? I can speak English.
He can speak English.
Hey, everybody, I can speak English.
It's a miracle.
Whoa! What's this?
White privilege.
What? You can buy white privilege.
It's 2024. You can buy whatever you want.
Does it work?
How would I know? Hey, people usually pay for that for... What's that smell?
It's white privilege.
My God, you're glowing. Did you just ask me to sell my business to you?
No.
Well, screw it. You can have it anyways. Here, take the keys. I'm out of here.
I could get used to this.
So yeah, to answer your question, Mark, I was doing stand up and I was making fun of the white privilege card. I'm like, guys, think about it. You could have no interest, no late fees, 20% off at Cracker Barrel. The only thing you'll be colonizing is debt. And then I came up with this idea and I was like, guys, I want to give everybody white privilege. So I came up with a cologne and I was like, it could smell something like a father. And everybody laughed. They lost it. And I thought to myself, if this guy's making money getting rid of what or selling a white privilege credit card, I can make money selling a white privilege fragrance that not only smells great, but gives everybody like a bump in their credit score or something, you know?
Oh, that was funny. That was hysterical. That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
It would be much better if you made them turn into white. That was.
I'm trying to avoid the race swapping because I feel like that's where you get kind of in murky waters. But I mean, the truth is, look, none of you guys are successful. It's because of your white privilege that you have success. And I just thought that was a ridiculous idea. So why not make fun of this stuff? We have to own our own, you know, like, I don't mean to bring up the N-word or anything, but the African Americans, they took that word and owned it, right? We've got to own this idea of privilege. And
the white privilege. I would agree 100% about that.
Yeah, so I tell all my friends, I'm like, call me privileged. Like, I don't really care, but it's basically to own the idea so we can control how it's used again. So that's kind of the idea behind everything. I want to give privilege to everybody, so we stop complaining about it, you know?
Mm. Well, that's why the racist word, they burned it out. I mean, so much that on the left that they're using it and stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
They burned it out, and people don't want to hear about it anymore. Even if black people don't want to hear it anymore.
No, yeah. One thing I like to ask people, I'm like, would you ever judge somebody by the content of their skin? And they're like, no. Of course they're going to answer no, right? Then you ask them about, do you believe in white privilege? And they're like, yeah, I believe in white privilege. Like, what in the hell? Makes no sense.
Well, and what I really like is, Beau, I think you really did a great job. If you can see that Tracy's scrolling Beau's site down along the bottom, gotprivilege.shop. If you go there, not only can you buy your white privilege perfume and several other things, but I tell you to go there and look at their mission statement. And I think they do a great job of explaining, hey, there's nothing racist about this. The fact is, and I think everybody out there can agree, did you guys ever get a job because you're white or you're not white or you're Hispanic or anything else? No, you got a job because you kicked ass, you did a good job, you earned your paycheck, and that's how you climbed the ladder.
Right.
Nobody ever gave me anything because I'm white. And I think they do a great job of explaining about how, hey, there's nothing racist about this. As a matter of fact, it's something that's kind of uplifting because, we're saying that everybody has their own unique privilege. None of us have the same skills or the same weaknesses, but if you can leverage that unique privilege that you have, sky's the limit. And
I've
so
got privilege.
that's why I'm
I
so
have the
happy we
mute
had a
button.
chance to get you on today.
That's where I got privilege.
Well, after Crockett spoke, I felt like going out and pick cotton.
Hey, and if you guys use the promo code all caps Wake Up Patriots, we'll give you 20% off your order. So
cool.
use the
Thank you very
promo
much.
code Wake Up
Appreciate it.
Patriots. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's this stuff too. See,
Yeah.
and it smells good, but I wouldn't wear it because I'm a woman. But it does smell good.
Well, it's actually a unisex,
It's
so
unisex.
it's a masculine scent, I think, but with a feminine.
Well, I don't want
flair,
to turn
you know?
into a man if this
Yeah,
works
can you
like
imagine
you said it does.
Well, that may actually
No,
be good. That may be good with the woke society. Maybe you could open up to the woke society if the they them's and the he her hers and
Wait,
But-
get
but-
this.
but
You guys are gonna
Trixie,
love this.
It's
Oh.
a lot like Irish Spring. It may be manly, but you can
Yeah.
like it too.
strong enough for a man but made for a woman. Or
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna love this. So I have a Juneteenth special coming. I'm coming out with my second fragrance. It's called Reparations, and with every bottle
Oh,
of
wow.
white privilege you get, you're gonna get a little bottle of Reparations, and then we're gonna have it going fully on the website after June.
That's a classic.
Yeah, thank you. And then Trixie, be ready because hopefully by the end of the year we're coming out with male privilege for women. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a whole fragrance line. Get ready for this.
toxic masculinity you could have. Right?
Oh yeah, I love that. A real bold, musky scent.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
the one that smells like a kitchen.
It lets you know you're in the woods.
Oh, George, bad. No.
Why'd that smell like eggs and bacon? You know why, sweetheart.
How about make me a sandwich cologne or something?
Yeah.
Oh, Sean, I told you I got the privilege. I got the mute button. You guys
Trix,
are
get in the
gonna
kitchen and make us a sandwich, will you?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just
Oh,
kidding,
you know my
everybody.
sign language, don't you?
Your internet, that's the New Jersey bird. The state bird of New Jersey.
The universal sign lange.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I should start a pill called like "Stop Being a Bitch." You know, maybe I'll do just a bunch of joke products. Just my whole new career. You know? But the guy you guys had on a week or two ago, Frank, he has a ton of white privilege in his store, and his store's doing better than ever, guys. So, you know,
He's got white privilege. That's what.
yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Yeah, and Frank is the one who introduced me to Beau at the bar next door over a beer,
Yeah.
and that's when we decided, we had to get this guy on. But, Trixie, to what you said, the other thing is you said you don't want to smell manly. If you don't want the white privilege itself, I believe they also just sell the bottle, so you can put your own favorite fragrance in there, and it just becomes, you still exude that white privilege. And you don't have to abandon the fragrance that you've enjoyed for the last 20 years or whatever.
Thanks for that.
Not that you're old enough to have been wearing perfume for 20 years. I know that. But
What's your favorite type of perfume, Trixie? What are you wearing?
Egyptian musk.
Egyptian musk. That just sounds very anti-American. That's all.
How about change
no,
it to
no,
Elon?
no.
Change it to Elon Musk.
It's a lot like Elon
Get
Musk,
the
but-
Egyptian and write Elon in there.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Get rid of the Egyptian.
Yeah.
Oh
my
boy.
goodness.
So Beau, do you actually do stand up now?
Yeah.
Where are you working at night?
I've got I actually I work at a bar at night for most nights, but next Thursday I've got a show in Monrovia, so I'm really excited for that. I think I'm just gonna go up there and talk some ish,
Oh, great.
Yeah. What, you guys want to hear a joke or something? Is that what you were expecting? You got to come to the show. I can't just be
But,
getting all out on this show.
Don't you hate
George will
that
be
though?
the
I
heckler in
imagine
the
when
crowd.
people hear that you're a stand-up comedian, doesn't it drive you crazy if everybody comes up and says, "Oh, stand up! Hey, tell me a joke, Beau. Tell me a joke."
Be a joke, funny boy. I'm like, your face, let's get out of here. Come to the show in Monrovia. Yeah.
Somebody
no.
just said
a lot
skank.
of
So
fun.
you could name something skank you mama too.
Oh, I like that. I
Oh
like
wait, who said that?
Thank you.
Oh, Super Trooper.
I just saw
His
that
name's
one. It
Super
caught my
Trooper. I
eye.
love that. What about it smells better than doggish? It's like, but yeah, I do stand up. I absolutely love stand up. I'm in love with the craft. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just like to go up there and talk some ish. I was doing something called the update you didn't ask for a little while ago on my page, where I was doing specifically political jokes. Like, do you guys remember that story about the White House trying to block out the sun to reduce climate change.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's dropping cocaine all over the place. That's when Hunter Biden was in there. So that was the Biden administration. It's hard to make jokes about the Trump administration. They're doing such a good job.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is, how is it when you do your comic skits about with the audience and stuff? You bring up any like different race of jokes and stuff like that, like Italians.
Oh
Jews.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I've got one. There would be stereotypes if black people just tip better. I mean,
I'm just saying, what's the response of the audience? They don't.
it depends everywhere you go, right? Most of the time it's pretty positive, but I am in LA, so I have to avoid some of the political stuff. But that's the only stuff where you get into a little bit of murky water. But if you can just finesse it just right, everybody laughs. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, well, that's what the problem was. The woke just killed the humor in this country.
Well, you'd be surprised. It's coming back, and comedians, I'd say, are more conservative today than they've ever been. And all comedians, like look at Ricky Gervais when he did the Oscars. Now that was almost 10 years ago now, but I was talking about
That was so funny.
Yeah, and then there's Anthony Jeselnik, who's you wouldn't know if he's left or right, but has a couple trans jokes, and it's really coming back. It's so funny because in the artist world, right, you have comedians are different than everybody else. Comedians are the ones making headway in the social issues and everything else, and I would say they're more conservative now than ever. Where you have people who do improvisation, right, improv artists, for some reason they're all liberals. I don't know. I guess they got to communicate together. So, and then you have the actors that are also liberals. So most people that are coming out to watch stand up are trying to have a good time, and it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah, because it's very important. I mean,
well, woke almost killed the comedy with you can't. I mean, I think the most funniest thing about comedians is poking fun at people and
yeah.
Whether it's a ethnic group or whatever, I think it's funny because people have certain characteristics and they're funny. I mean, that's the truth of the matter, and it's not in a mean spirit. It's in a comedic spirit.
Well, the woke has actually given way to the conservative comedy because it's edgy to be conservative now. If that makes sense. And edgy is what's popular. That's what's funny. So if it's edgy to be conservative comedy's taken over. Do you guys know who Jeff Dye is? He's one of the biggest comedians right now in the game, and he's killing it, dropping conservative comedy. He's just making fun of liberals now. So
we make fun of liberals all the time on the show. So
it's easy when they look that way, I mean,
I make fun of liberals all day long. Maybe I'm a comic and I don't even know it.
Either.
The only thing you need is a microphone.
You're not dyeing your hair purple or green, though, Sean. So you can blend right in the crowd, and most people won't even know how crazy you are.
There you go.
Hey, I got to say, we got late breaking news here. Angels Awareness is the first to ring the bell. Like she just said that just bought a bottle off of Beau's site. So
no way.
She's going to be spreading the privilege all around. So
we love that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Thanks, Angels. Hey, and as long as I'm on the subject, I also just learned not only will the white privilege perfume raise your credit score and get you discount at the movie theaters, but pressing the like button has almost the same effect. I think pressing that like button, you get about a 10-point raise in your credit score with each punch. But of course, you got to log in with different names because you're only allowed to do it once per show.
Yeah, that's very important. But the main concern, I think that a lot of people feel the way they are because the comic spirit has left. Well, I think it's coming back, like you said. But I mean, I think that helped destroy the common sense between people that could talk and stuff like that because you were able to joke around. They just threw a wrench into this whole thing, and that's what they try to destroy. I mean, if you talk to what's his name, Jerry, the one on
Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld. Yeah.
That was wild.
I told you I'm practicing dementia.
The ice cream cone, lick it like Biden.
Yeah. But the whole thing is that he said he was tired of doing it. He just doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to deal with and he did one skit he did that he was doing a show and the guy turned around and said something. He says, just think of it, you paid to come and see a Jew. And
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the whole Palestinian thing is where he experienced most of that, right? Because didn't he go on a show and people were talking about Palestine? He's like,
yeah,
"Hey, did you come here to see a show, or did you come here to see?" Yeah, and then he gave that speech one time. They tried to drown him out or something. So,
Mm.
yeah,
I think the response was great, but a lot of them are tired of all this BS that's out there.
we
You know,
all are, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's just a shame. I mean, there were things that you go to. I mean, even like your mother.
Yeah, somebody's talking about George Carlin, and George Carlin was like, he's an icon.
He
I
was great.
remember
Yeah.
listening like the 10 words you couldn't say on TV and
Mhm.
everything. Oh my God, he was great, and he nailed it. How many years ago was he a comedian, and he nailed exactly what we're doing right now?
Now, do you
with
all
the
think
way the
he
government
would have
is.
been vaccinated or unvaccinated?
Oh, no
I think-
question, he would be unvaccinated.
Yeah,
George
I
Carlin
I
was
think
ahead
so
of his
too.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's funny because I'll have people come up to me in the bar or on the street, and we'll talk about George Carlin. Like, oh yeah, George Carlin would hate what's going on nowadays. I'm like,
Mhm.
did you even listen to George Carlin?
Yeah. Oh, George Carlin was MAGA before MAGA existed. I mean, he was
100%.
Yeah, he was one of the originals. He's something to look up to.
I don't know if
I
do you
saw
think
him
he would?
once in live. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, really? Where at?
Actually, in New Jersey, we went. And the funny thing was, at the time, and I guess just say this: I had a woman that we worked with that had a grandson that would always put the picture in front of your face every time you went by her office or whatever. Right? People would avoid it because she was always like, "Come here, look at Jake, look at Jake." She put the picture right in front of your face, and every day. So Carlin had a joke about that, and he was funny. He says, "You ever get these people that want to put their grandkid in your face constantly, or their kid constantly?" He goes, "Do what I do." He goes, "Get that when they give you the picture, go, oh, let me see." You get the picture, go, "Oh God, what an ugly kid," and put the picture and walk away. I said, I can't do that to her, but that would have been funny.
I would have did it.
But it was funny.
Yeah, you got to do this thing, Sean, called grow a pair. You got to do it. You got to just got to
Yeah,
do
sometimes
it.
you gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta
John,
do it. I know.
Come on, man. This is. Do you even know about the? You know, whenever I got to use these almost every day, because President Trump comes out and does something else, like talking about we're going to take back the Panama Canal, or Greenland is going to be our next place. So that's our grow a pair bag right there.
Was that a sack of nuts?
Yeah.
Balls.
Sean,
It's
I'll
balls.
FedEx
Balls.
these to you.
These nuts.
Balls.
BAWLS.
Yeah, it's balls.
Yeah.
Hey, Beau, I know that Trixie's she can be pretty mean, so I know she's going to kick you off here pretty soon.
Oh,
So,
come on, Trixie. We just met.
So, well, one thing I just wanted to say, do you want to give people your Instagram address? I know we got your shop address on the bottom, but Beau is incredibly prolific on Instagram.
I'm not.
Super funny, as you saw from just the snippets that Trixie threw up for you. So, you want to throw that out?
Yeah. Hey, guys, you can follow me at _white privilege. And you can also follow me on my personal page, _Beau Robinson. That's BEAU Robinson. So, yeah, follow me there. And yeah, hopefully you guys can enjoy some laughs and enjoy the white privilege.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah. I think you're doing a hell of a great thing. I hope you make millions of dollars
Oh,
off
my
of this,
God.
because
Thanks. I appreciate it.
yeah, I mean you're basically opening up a pus blister that the freaking leftists built with this, even before Barack Obama. But I think they've been trying to divide us by race, by religion,
Oh,
by everything
absolutely.
else, and people like you and products like white privilege perfume, I think is just the kind of thing we need today.
It's funny because like liberals came up with this idea of white privilege, right? And when I
Yep.
hand them my phone with the website or hand them a bottle of white privilege, they're like, "Oh, what's this?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? You know exactly what it is. You came up with it. You should be giving this
Yeah.
to all your friends. If you guys are anti-racist, I'm doing more anti-racism than any of you guys. So it's
Right,
kind of calling them
Yep.
out on their bluff. I actually love the idea because if for example, I sell tons of white privilege and make it, I can look back at my life, all of my house, my car, everything to white privilege, right?
Mm.
But if it
Wow.
doesn't work, I
Yeah,
also
right.
could say it doesn't exist. So it's a double-edged sword, and I love it. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. No, but I have it on my bike
You bet.
also, white privilege. I got it all over my bike, so it's a pretty.
This is stuff
Hey,
right here.
and Beau, this is going to be a tease for everybody else, but we are going to be having a Wake Up Patriots National Convention coming up pretty
Oh,
soon,
whoa.
later this summer.
A
I'm pretty sure
national
Frank's going to
convention. I
come,
love
and I'm
that.
hoping I can get both of you guys to come. And you know, you can put up a little stand, sell some white privilege, and
I
some
love
of
that.
Frank's stuff, and meet all the Patriots who are talking about you in chat right now.
Super cool. Super cool. Well, hey, guys, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
All right,
Yeah,
Bo.
thanks for coming on.
Well, have a
Bye.
good, great day, man.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Beau.
Thanks, Bo. That was good. And he was right about the words, like the white privilege using that. Like we used the deplorables. We took off with that one. Remember all these names
Yeah.
that the thing that was great was when President Trump used to give nicknames to people, it stuck with them. But when they gave us names, we raised it up for us. So which was great. You know, like all the names that they came out with, you know, about the MAGA, the deplorables, you know, the deplorables in a basket and stuff like that. Garbage, right? Trump came out with the
Garbage. Yeah, remember he got his own garbage truck.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I want to put that clip up of you guys on the bike so that we get that
You
in
say
today.
garbage, and then you show the clip on the
Gosh,
bike.
okay.
Yeah,
How's that?
speaking
George,
of garbage,
Yeah,
Mark
hold on.
Just
John's
so
trying
went
to
off the
ride this
rails.
See,
motorcycle.
Mark's mean comment about me really stuck
Hold on,
today.
yeah, stand me in the hut. Yeah.
No, it's transportation. That's what I was getting at. So hang on, I'll put that up. Oh, where did I go?
George gave me his vest to put on and everything. I was Mark.
What? Oh no, no, that's all right.
It says R on here.
Wait, no, that's the reserve. No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Really rip cars with like. Where's the blinker at, George?
The little bud's on the side.
This one, right? The little one?
Yeah, see the arrow? This here. This one here.
Oh, the arrow. So this one?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. All right, yeah, just hit it back.
Okay, go. Watch your legs, the pipes. There he goes. Hope I get the bike back. You're going, right? Should have laid back first a little bit. There's Sean and Lana. You could have went around again if you wanted.
Too much traffic. Mark!
What? Oh no.
My finger slipped again.
I
Doing that finger.
came back in all one piece, no dents in the bike. It was good.
Now, the
All
reason
I was
why-
thinking, all I was thinking was all that traffic. I said to Lana, I said, boy, could you imagine somebody hit me? George wouldn't be too happy right now. When we went around on the loop, I said, let me get this back to George.
That doesn't matter. Got insurance.
Yeah,
I tell everybody
Denise
the
was
reason why
saying
the
you must have.
black and gold is because that's Trump's colors. The black and gold, that's his favorite colors. President Trump's colors. That's why the bike is that color.
So that was right in front of Benny's, everybody. That was
Well, Wake Up Patriots was created.
yeah, that was right in
Wow.
front of Benny's.
Remember that?
There
Yeah.
you go.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. There's Pineapple Man.
Pineapple
There he is.
Man. But
Hey,
speaking
that's a
of that,
scary looking guy behind him.
We had 2 pineapples, and you're supposed to get 2 pineapples, and pineapple guy came by. He didn't show up.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I
we had
just
the
thought we
Pineapple
saw that
Man.
as long as we were going. I like that Pineapple Man. We'll never forget that one. But now, what did you say? Now we need it. You had an Orange Man or something, didn't you, Sean?
Yeah, yeah.
Too much. It's just too much. I'll tell you one thing. In that area right there where that bar was, very, 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 very liberal. Very liberal. That one's
Oh yeah,
funny.
matter of fact, when we left, they were looking at you guys with the Born to Ride vests. I seen one guy look like that, and I looked at him to see if he was going to look at me. I was gonna be like, what's your problem? But I just was curious because they get triggered. Some of these people, they see 45, they get
But when I approached that guy, that Hispanic guy, all of a sudden turned around and said, I told him, I said, well, I'm going to pull out the bike. And he gave me like an attitude. I mean, I didn't understand if he understood English or what, but he thought he was getting on his case. I mean, I could have folded him under the bike, but, it was all right. Just
that was a busy parking lot area, though, wasn't it? It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a ticket too. I got to send my handicap piece in.
Yeah, send your handicap thing in.
I won't pay for it.
You guys losing your shit?
Oh yeah, let's go rock and roll.
Guys, okay, we're gonna do
Lose
this.
your shit, everybody.
I can do an instant replay today.
What the fuck? I'm losing my shit. Ah!
We're not going back to the past where women had no rights. Ever, ever, ever.
Somebody help this old crazy granny zombie out. Men in dresses are taking their rights, not Trump. And by the looks of it, she doesn't need an abortion anytime soon either. Don't you just want to grab her by her face and just straighten her fucking head up? She should have skipped the rally and went to the joint and got her ass cracked up today and fixed that neck of hers.
I just feel grateful for the sense of community. All we have now is each other.
Nobody likes us. Not the right, not the left.
We definitely saw a shift in the amount of pussy we were getting. October was huge for us.
And it just flatlined after the election.
We kind of had the same trajectory as MoviePass. It's just a lot, man.
I mean, if you look at MoviePass's stock chart, it's a really similar graph to the amount of sex we were having. I just feel like we went into this with the best of intentions, and we're coming out of it with
the worst results. Now it's just lotion and tissue box,
I've been using Gold Bond.
I like a vino.
I know. Gold Bond gives you continued lubrication.
There used to be a lot more of us, but we've splintered off into a lot of different factions.
Some are looking ahead to 2028. There's white guys for Gavin Newsom. They meet at a Kona Grill at JFK Airport twice a month.
There's white dudes for Radiohead, which seems redundant.
There's white guys for soup. Me and a bunch of old guys would meet up every Sunday at a diner and just go fishing for croutons. I miss those guys. They have passed away, and I will add violently. It wasn't natural causes. There was foul play.
All you guys fucking suck. You fucking suck. Okay. Thank you. Look at the stock market. Look at the stock market right now. You guys are all brainwashed. You're fucking idiots.
You see how close you got into the door? Did you see how far you went into the door?
Should have brought him in.
Yeah. You know what he's got to do next time? He's got to have somebody, when the guy comes in like that, he's got to have somebody right behind the door and close the door quick.
Yeah, push him right
lock
in.
Lock the door behind him.
Like what was the movie?
I'm gonna have to go to California, I think.
What was the movie when they said we now you just can't leave and they were in the bar? Remember?
That's right. Yeah, the one Goodfellas.
Not Goodfellas.
Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale. Yeah. Now
Oh yeah, Bronx Tale. That was good. That one was written on a true story too.
That was actually Hell's Angels. Part of the Hell's Angels were in there.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yep. They were. No, honestly, they volunteered to do it.
Oh, okay.
That was. I love that movie. Yeah, but Goodfellas too. I think I've seen that one like 10
Oh my God, I've
times.
seen that way too many times. I could recite every line to it probably.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that was the Bronx Tale was a true movie, but too bad De Niro was in there. But that was a good story about
I know
it.
he ruined that movie.
Yeah. Well,
I used to like De Niro until he went.
Yeah,
crazy.
me too. I used to like De Niro. Too bad that he had to wear 17-inch heels to walk around.
Yeah.
Look like a male.
He wears platform shoes.
And everybody, you know what's funny? A lot of people didn't know that until he became a jerk off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people started taking pictures of his shoes that he had. That he had the Frankenstein shoes to make him look taller.
Frankenstein.
He's 5'6" or something. You know. So.
Yeah, it's funny.
You think you're making me laugh? I amuse you.
Trixie, you
You know, funny.
That was a big hit in chat. I mean, everybody's going crazy there. And actually, Deb54TX is saying these guys aren't real, right? But Deb,
They
I'm
are.
afraid they might be.
They're real for sure. That's why they're losing their shit. You know,
Yeah,
that's
but
why I have
They're
fun
real.
with
They're real crazy, is what they are.
it. Yeah,
Real
that's
crazy.
why I got them for losing your shit because they're.
The rally we went to, last Saturday on the court steps. I mean, it was a shame we only have 12 people, and then I heard everybody, "Oh, I didn't know about it," but they had like 125 of them, and I'm talking about losing their shit. It's unbelievable the way they get in your face and scream at you and everything.
Well, now they went from like take down Tesla to now it's hands
because
off.
they know
hands off.
they're defeating the purpose. They're actually defeating the purpose of what they're talking about. You want clean air and everything else, and they're attacking a guy that helped about doing electricity and all that stuff, to do cars that way. And plus, the car is made throughout the United States, except the batteries.
But no, but these protests now they've gone to a new thing. It's called hands off, right?
Yeah,
And hands off my rights. Like I don't know any rights that the Trump administration took away from anybody, except if you're an illegal alien that came into this country with a record, right? And money taxpayer money that shouldn't be being wasted. That's the only thing I think that if they're bitching about that, it shows you they're
Well, they were complaining about Social Security and Medicare and everything else. $159 billion go to illegals. All that money, the Medicare, the Social Security, all the numbers that they found that they lost went to the illegals, so they can have a number, so they can collect the money. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then Musk said yesterday that they had kids not even born yet are getting Social Security checks.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable how stupid we are.
Hey George, I'm not sure what this is about, but MK Hart's asking if you know anything about what's going on with Cash Patel. I didn't really know there's anything going on with him, particularly other than he's kicking ass. But
yeah, no, I don't. I'll find out. I'll let you know. I don't know. I know that.
Looks like Universal also.
Yeah. Well, no, I know he was in Jersey and he was kind of pissed off because of the amount of time that they're giving Tom Homan breaking his balls about the what do you call it, the terrorists that are here that they're trying to get out and stuff. And you got Jersey, the governor of Jersey, and the mayor of Jersey, and all that stuff and everything else. Telling them they're not going to let about the jail, but they're effing with the wrong person because Tom Homan's going to go in there. Pam Bondi's going to arrest. They got something against Hochul already. They brought her up on charges in New York.
Yay!
So yeah, so I mean, the thing is, everybody has to be. I told us yesterday, but everybody has to be patient because what's going to happen if all these congressmen and senators are going to get charged, the government's going to collapse. And the most important thing is certain things have to be in order. Because if you remember, we have China all around surrounding us. We got them in Cuba, Mexico, Canada, right? And what happens is, plus you got 360,000 Chinese students from China here too. That's a small army. Remember, I know Red Dawn was out of the mind a movie, but
that was a good movie.
It's very durable, and there's a lot of people. I mean, people don't understand what's out there. There's militia people out there, very important, that they're organized. They're very well. I met a few of them. I went into their compounds and stuff, and very well organized. You got doctors, nurses, loaders. You know what loaders are? Loaders are the ones that if you can't shoot, you start filling up the bullets and stuff. So, I mean, they're very prepared, and I think, they said that. One time they said that that comic was the best about saying that they had no problems with Florida because you got enough rednecks here in Florida. The only thing you'll see is bullet shells and beer cans going down 95.
That's like Indiana. There's a lot of rednecks here too.
Oh no, they're let me tell you something. They're almost every state. Put it down.
Yeah.
And they're being prepared. And if you remember Lincoln, believe it or not, Lincoln called the militiamen when he started that the thing about with the slavery.
Yeah.
Because you had a lot of doubts. That's what I'm saying about the history. It's that everything was prepared, and that's what was most important about that. So the thing is that everybody has. I know everybody's on the thing about Pam Bondi's got to do so. Everybody's got to do something about the Epstein list. There's a lot of stuff on that list.
Yeah.
A lot.
And George, you did just kind of answer the question. A lot more people are clarifying in chat, and that's exactly that. A lot of people are frustrated about, where are all the release of the, the various files, the arrests of people that need being arrested and stuff like that. I think you just did a good job explaining
Well,
that.
that's gonna segue right into Trump truth. So cue it up there, Mark. I'm gonna go ahead.
All righty.
Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me.
Take off that stupid button, please.
Trix has got an itchy trigger finger today.
Yeah. So we got a really good Trump truth, or actually, let's just say a Trump quote, because he actually said it Tuesday night at the Republican Committee conference dinner, and he was talking about one of our favorite people, Adam Schiff. So said, Adam Shifty Schiff, can you believe this guy? The guy's got the smallest neck I've ever seen and the biggest head. We called him Watermelon Head.
Where's Gallagher?
Let's see. I say, how could that big fat face stand on a neck that looked like this finger? He's the weirdest thing. It's a mystery. Nobody can understand it. But one of the most dishonest human beings I've ever seen. Couldn't agree with him more.
Yep.
And it turns out now that Shifty Schiff just came out. He got so pissed off about this. When I was trying to find the exact quote here, everybody was just paraphrasing. It was really hard to find the exact quote. So when I went and Googled or did research for it, almost everything that came up at the top are these stories saying, Senator Schiff strikes back hard at President Trump after he said these childish things, and it was so hard to even find this. But anyway.
I hate to say it, but he's on top of the list.
Yeah. Man, that is classic Trump. There you go, Trixie.
Oh my God.
Classic Trump.
There. Okay. Well, we're going to want to do Trump trivia or the trivia question. We'll get that in here too.
Yeah.
So the question was, how many states were required to ratify the Constitution for it to go into effect? And the answer was 9, and Florida for Trump got it. He was the first one. Proud you get second place because you were the second one to say it, but I'm sorry you weren't fast enough.
Second place, the first loser. Second place, the first loser. That's what Ricky Bobby says.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No losers among our Patriots.
No. We're all winners. Everybody.
Just kidding.
I know Obama thought it was 52.
I just want to read something I think is important.
Wait a second. Disqualification. FL for Trump says he cheated.
Oh, there you go.
Just saying. That's latest breaking in chat. If that's true, you might have to move it to the first loser.
Oh, Kathy, Proud, you got it. You won.
Proud's gonna be the winner. There you go.
We'll do both of them.
Greg, is that true? Did you cheat?
We'll do both of them. We'll do both of them.
Yeah, he's admitting it. He's saying he cheated. Well, good.
Florida for Trump.
Good for the honesty there.
Yeah, now we all know he's honest.
Yeah, he gets a sticker for honesty.
We'll give him a gift just because he's honest.
That's a family. He wasn't going to come in and take that prize when he knew that he Googled it.
Order.
Give Florida for Trump Adam Schiff.
Listen, this is very important. This is from the Trump Doge thing, and it says an initial survey of unemployment insurance claims since 2020 reveals the following: 24.5 thousand people over the age of 115 years old claimed $59 million in benefits. 28,000 people between the ages of 1 and 5 years old claimed $254 million in benefits.
Wow.
And 9.7 thousand people with birth dates over 15 years in the future claimed $69 million in benefits. In one case, someone with a birth in 2154, 100 years, 120 years from now, claimed $41,000. So,
Yeah,
and they,
but George, if you consider the inflation and everything, 2154, they didn't really steal that much. 141,000 probably be worth only about $120
you know
by
what?
then.
You know what the greatest thing when you walk away from these protests, these protesters. So you can say whatever you want. Trump's still your president. He'll be president to 2028, 2032, and they're puking as soon as you tell them that. That's right.
Liberation Day, baby.
Yep, right. But that's it. These are all the facts, and they still have control with the fake news media that these assholes listen to. And even we tried to. We tried. I got in a face with a veteran, and he's telling me about taking the veterans benefits away and stuff like that. And I told him, I approached him. I said, "Do you know how many veterans are committing suicide?" He says, "A lot." I said, "Did you know Trump brought the number down the first time he was president to 22 from 30?" And I said, "Now when Biden became president, it went up to 44 a day committing suicide." So what are you trying to explain? That's how much these idiots are, because they listen to propaganda, and they're getting paid. That there's a page out there. What's that? Craigslist. You go out at a certain time. You're supposed to meet a person, and you write your name. You sign a book, and they pay you $25 an hour. And they got to, and like Musk says, he's got to find the general behind all this, and which he will. Which he will. That's why I said all this investigation. You got to. The main thing is stick with the plan. There's a big plan happening, and everybody's all the generals are in place and stuff like that. I can't tell you too much, but there's a lot of stuff happening. So that's why I'm glad I answered a lot of people's questions. But it's very important about how everything's got to go and take down. So be patient, because if they don't do the job they're supposed to, trust me, Trump will fire them.
Yep.
That's why he gave. And if you understand now, Marco Rubio, okay, Marco Rubio is doing a great job. I never liked him, okay, but he's doing a great job. And you know why? Because he could lose that job. He could get fired. And if he's looking to become
He's out.
president or vice president spot, this will benefit him. So Trump knows what he's doing. And another thing that they're questioning about Vance. And Trump turned around and says, "I don't know who's going to be president next." Because if he turned around and said it would be Vance, the media would just attack him and constantly attack him. So whoever the person is, it's not the point of what to be brought up now. The point is what's happening at this moment of what Trump is doing. And now he sat down like almost an hour with his cabinet, and the press was in there, and they're still fucking it. Oh, excuse me. They're still idiots asking the questions I don't want my blood pressure to go up again. Thank you, everybody, for my blood pressure yesterday.
After the losing your shit clip, I
Yeah.
think the F word kind of was bombed a lot in there, so I don't think it really matters anymore.
No, I mean, what's the name? Alibaba Kalia, the guy that was Hamas was student and all that bullshit. The ACLU is telling him that he's going to fight for their rights. They got no effing rights. Illegals have no rights, no due process. Where did they get this mentality from? It's unbelievable. And it's all the money coming out and all the stuff and everything else. He's going to go away. That's what I could tell you. He's getting out of this country. And they just stopped all the Chinese students from coming in. If you heard,
Yeah.
who was it? Oh, the NSA, the beautiful girl that
Tulsi
became
Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I got to
put a
write these
que-
things down.
I put a question in the chat for people to respond. I wanted to see how many people are planning on going to Nashville, because Mark got some news coming up for
Oh,
us.
yeah, I'm
right?
sorry. Go ahead,
I
Mark.
sure do.
Yeah.
You just let me
I've
know
been
when you
waiting to
want
hear
it.
this news.
Hey,
So I've
hey,
been,
we got time. We got 8-9 minutes. Go ahead.
I've been waiting to hear this news.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody's going to love it. Now, we have come down with, and thank you, Trixie. There's our graphic. So we have picked a date. It's going to be Thursday, August the 21st, and leaving on Saturday the 23rd. Now, unfortunately, I know that there's going to be certain people that that doesn't work for, but any date we pick, there's going to be certain people it doesn't work for. So, the things that went into picking this is, first of all, we think most people will be able to go there because there's not many graduations or other stuff happening. But frankly, I went and researched all the various weeks with it covered over a Friday, and this is about the cheapest one coming up in the next 9 months. And we were able to negotiate a block so far at 20 rooms. However, if we fill those 20 rooms, we can still add on little chunks at a time, right up until the cutoff of July the 1st. But we've negotiated a rate of 155 per night.
That's good price.
Now, it really is. In Nashville, the average rate is double that.
Yeah.
So now, unfortunately, they have a huge tourism tax and a very high hotel tax. So the total with all taxes is going to be 183 per night. But that includes complimentary breakfast for everybody staying in the hotel. So if you have two people in the room, comes with two breakfasts. If you have three people in the same room, I think most of the rooms you can get three people in. Then you're going to get three complimentary breakfasts. It also comes with
Nice.
a $10 Lyft voucher per room
Nice.
per night.
It's
And
good.
here I thought when you said unfortunately, I thought you were going to say the room was in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah,
There was
you
no
just, but
unfortunately there.
yeah, but you can drive from there. I'd say that the biggest drawback is that in Nashville, parking is a bitch, and so
Mm.
their self-parking rate is $33 a night. They do have valet parking for $40 a night. The valet is actually inside under the hotel. But the hotel we've picked is the Town Place Suites in Midtown Nashville. It's 1.4 miles away from the heart of Honky Tonk Row. So it's, and it's pretty much right there in Music Row where they do all the recording stuff. So it's not a bad part of town.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're going to
No,
be able to,
yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of people out there. Now, one thing, we have a great meeting room. It's called the High Note Lounge. It's got the Nashville skyline in the background. It's actually a lounge, as the name implies, the bar there and everything. But we're going to be early in the morning, so the bar won't be open. I'm going to
My
arrange
bar
though
will be
for
open.
yeah, well, quite. But I am going to arrange for coffee and pastries. We'll have a table with coffee and pastries there. If people sneak in a little Bailey's in their purse or something else like that, well, that's something that we can't do anything about.
Yeah, bring a flask, people.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have a vote on this. I mean, to be honest, the meeting room
Got
and
got a question in here. Are they
yeah,
shuttled from the airport to the hotel?
I'm sure there
I
are.
will. You know what? I will clarify that. My initial answer is yes. I'm positive there is because this is part of the Marriott chain.
Yeah, Marriott's.
Um,
Yeah.
and they're pretty good about
What was
that.
the name of the
So
hotel? You should
the
have put
name
that.
of the hotel is the Marriott Town Place Suites, Nashville Midtown. Now, not to be, there's another Marriott Town Place Suites, Nashville Downtown, different place. Also much more expensive, but they're the same level of service.
Trixie will post
Um,
the information on that page there, but give it to the Palms. That's
Well, you know what I'm going to do, George, is I'm going to set up a registration page. I have a few different domains. It might be
yeah.
on my Fear Wedge website. I haven't decided what domain yet, but next week I will announce. I'm going to set up a registration page where we're going to ask everybody to come and register. Tell us the number of guests, number of rooms that you want, and then once you've registered, we will send you a link, a specialized link that allows you to then go and lock in this group rate that we have directly with the Marriott hotels.
Okay.
You're going to have to give them a credit card, just like any other hotel. You have to give them a credit card number to reserve your hotel. And then once you have done that, like I say, I'll send the link. You reserve it. The hotel is going to report back on us when we've filled up all 20 rooms. Basically, I'm guaranteeing it with my credit card. If we don't fill up all 20, then we're responsible for 80% of the underage. But I think that'll be easy. I think we're going to have more than that.
Well,
Yeah.
plus I talked to Chris, and we're invited Tony, we invited Chris, we invited I think Sean was going to invite Barry,
Yep.
Ed, maybe Karen, but I don't know. That might not be her style. But the whole thing with the party is that we're going to broadcast live from there Friday morning. So it'll be all of us doing the Friday morning show, and then we're going to leave the broadcast open for the whole entire time that we have that room, so everybody that can't come can watch. And then the way it'll be set up, if you people that are there can go up to the camera and talk to people that can't come or whatever. But this way, if you can't come, at least you're sort of included, at least to be able to watch.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And the last thing I wanted to say is now the room rental and the along with some refreshments like the coffee and pastries or donuts or bagels, whatever we're going to get. Between the two, we're going to rent the room from 7 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And it's going to cost about $400. I'm thinking if we get 40 Patriots on there, we might ask if everybody can chip in $10 for the room and pastries and stuff. And after that, we're completely good to go.
All right.
I was
Or
also
we
going
get
to.
or we get the room sponsored by something.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
would be
It
good.
looks like we're probably going to have Frank, who was on 2 weeks ago. Obviously a real fun guy. He's going to have a bunch of very pro Trump merchandise, and you never know. We might have Beau, who was on here earlier. You heard him. He may show
Yeah.
up too.
Yep.
And then we're going to be planning a couple other things. I think after the live stream, we're all going to pile into probably some Lyft vehicles with our $10 vouchers in hand, and all go down as a group to Honky Tonk Row, where there's lots of live music, lots of bars, lots of alcoholic beverages, and different things like that. Um, and I was also going to suggest on Thursday night, for those who get there on time, is we might go out as a group to Peg Leg Porker, which is, a lot of people says it's the best barbecue anywhere in Nashville, and it's only about a mile away from the hotel. So I have a contract sitting on my desk right now. There's a couple of things I want to call them and talk about making some minor changes. But we expect to sign that contract probably later today. And I will have more detailed update coming next week. And if you have any specific questions, if you could send them to Trixie at wakeuppatriots2.gmail.com. That's right, isn't it? Wake Up
Yeah,
Patriots
I'll
2.
here. I'll put it up here and take off the
Okay.
other banner.
So any specific questions about this, send them there. Fortunately, we have 4 months to plan for this, and I think it's going to get better. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Well, yeah, especially if we all go out as a group. Like if we get we were talking about John Riches or Kid Rocks like that as a
Yep.
group, that'll be a blast.
And that reminds me, George, I am supposed to get to you with my contacts that I was working with at John Rich's place, and maybe you can pull some strings.
Yeah, text me. I'm
So-
gonna call me some calls. In fact, I'm going to Mar-a-Lago right now. I got to get dressed. So-
Okay, I will. You know what? If you got time, right after the show, I'll.
No, I got to.
Well,
I got to split. I got to get out of here. because I
Okay,
gotta-
I'm going to text you the contact information.
Your shirt's supposed to be coming in the mail too. Just let you know.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Some stickers. But I got to split because I got a 4.5 hour ride there, and I got to get there.
Okay.
Bye.
It's all yours, Trixie.
Safe drive, George.
Hey, thank you. I got to take 3 other idiots with me, so I'm not going by bike.
Thanks, George.
Wait, you said 3 other idiots. Does that mean you're calling yourself an idiot?
You got that,
Because
Sean.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot to drive fucking 4.5 hours to get there. That's why. And usually I do it by bike. So I like that one. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. God
All
bless
right, thanks.
you. And I'll talk to all you guys soon. Love you guys.
Thanks, George.
And the chat. Love everybody in the chat. And thank you for my blood pressure. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
where'd Mark go?
well, Mark took off.
There you go.
Oh,
I
there
thought
he
you
is.
kicked me out.
No, I did. Sometimes that happens. It wasn't my finger this time, but
Yeah.
sometimes it'll take two out at one time instead of just one.
Tricks, you got some privilege today. You've been whacking people and everything else. I don't know. You're showing your privilege.
Well, you
Well,
saw
Mark
she's
said I
got a
was
bottle
mean,
of
so
it
I might
there.
as well act like it, huh?
I mean, all this hard work Mark's doing, and bam, kicked him right to the curb.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that on purpose. I don't know. I'm still laughing about that losing your shit
So
today.
I
I
see.
like to ride bike the electric.
So I saw a couple comments in the chat about if there's cheaper places or whatever. Like anybody, you don't have to stay at that hotel either, right? You could come to the thing, but
yeah,
but that money for somebody that's been to Nashville before, that price per room is pretty darn good. I mean, that's good. So.
And you know what? I forgot to say, hopefully we still got most of the people on. But as far as the live stream from the lounge, that is a maximum of 45 people. So that's going to be first come, first serve. I don't think we're going to have more than 45 people on this first inaugural national convention. I will probably have to rent out the conference center for 45,000 people next year. But this year we probably won't have 45. But if we have more than 45, it's first come, first serve to be part of the live stream, and everybody else can watch from the hotel lobby or your room, and then head down to Honky Tonk Row with the group.
Well, this is going to be so much fun, though.
I think we should push it to 47 in since it's 45, 47. I think it's
we could squeeze two more in. You know what we could do? We could always do like they do at the clubs and so we'll go out and we'll swap people out. You get an hour and then you can come in for an hour or something.
we'll be in the hallway. We're like,
or if you grease my palms, I'll let you in. We'll sneak you in. How about that?
Yeah, and Low Country was asking, was the room 400? No, the room is not. The room, we got a negotiated rate for 155, but total out of pocket, including taxes, is 183. But again, that includes your free lunch, free breakfast both mornings.
Oh wow! Super Trooper just put a message in there in the chat. Says, I just checked my Marriott account, and that's better than I can get as a member. So, Mark, you did some good negotiating there.
Yeah, standard rate for that room is 190
for you.
190.
There may be a spot in Doge for you with how you're working.
Hey, I'll tell you the truth. They originally gave me it was 190 and it was 179. They gave me 179. And then I talked them down to 159. And then just before she sent the contract, I said, well, we gotta, I said most of our people are on a fixed income, we really got to do whatever we can. So she agreed to 155, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's
well,
cool.
Nice job, Mark. Nice job. You know who's coming back next Thursday? Because George isn't going to be here Thursday. He's got to go up and do the hearing in Tallahassee again. So it'll just be me and Sean, but Mike Schwartz is going to come back Thursday, and he's going to answer questions out of the chat for everybody about vaccines or about the new book. And the new book has a lot of stuff in it. So if you had questions from yesterday, you'll be able to either get the book real quick and read it if you could speed read, or if you think of something that you want to ask him. But I don't know. I think that'll be good. He really can talk, that guy.
Yep.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a good group there. So as I say, I'm going to work this week to get a registration page up, and after that, we might just ask everybody. I don't want to do anything formal with trying to collect $10 a head, so we might just ask everybody to put it in a coffee can when you come in to help to pay for the meeting.
We could get a hold of Ed and get the money back, from the money we got here too.
Perhaps that, or I'm also going to talk to Frank and Beau about potential sponsorship.
Yeah. That would be
$200 each, maybe. And
there's something else in the works, but I can't say right now about sponsorship. And if that happens, we'll be doing real good. So
okay,
yeah.
So.
Then they'll fly all the Patriots there.
I'm driving because it's only 5 hours.
That's a big sponsorship.
It's a hell of a sponsorship.
If Proud American Woman, if you are still there, let me know if you can make it to Grand Rapids. I think my wife and I can come pick you up. We'll drive you down.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and we'll have room for others if you're along the I-65, or if you're anywhere from being in the middle of Michigan or along the I-65 between Grand Rapids going down to Nashville. We have room for a couple more if somebody need it.
Well, somebody asked about Beard Vet. Yeah, Beard Vet's is
yeah,
getting invited
I'm gonna
too.
reach out to him, see if he'll come too.
Well,
Yeah.
Denise, we'll pick Denise up. We're only 2,600 miles from her house, so I
Yeah.
don't think we can veer that far off a track, though. So you can meet
Sodak
us in
says she'll
Indy.
donate $100 for the room. How nice is that?
Sodak's itching to party with everybody. That's why.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Sodak says
great.
it's
I want
fun.
to make sure it
Sodak, we
happens.
can't wait to see you in person.
Sodak
Yeah.
visited Key West, so if you go to Key West, you like to have fun. So she'll be fun.
Our kind of girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun there.
All
Bobby,
right.
did you see my new shirt before we go?
Golf of
Look at
America.
that.
Spiffy, very spiffy. So I hope everybody had fun today. It was a good Frisky Friday, I think.
I think so.
Except for my finger slipping, I can't help that. I get sweaty hands when I'm doing this.
You know what, Trixie? You get better at this every single week. I think everybody in chat would say that. You're
Yeah.
turning into a real professional producer.
I
Oh,
keep
I
on
just-
saying Ed's going to steal her to N2 soon, and
No,
he won't
no.
have
Ed
it.
said
No way.
we were doing really, really good. So
Can you imagine if we had George trying to run that board? I mean, come
Oh
on.
my gosh, it would be
Trixie can't go anywhere. She's got to stay here.
we'd be upside down.
You guys would get a black screen the whole time. That's what you
George would be
Yeah,
cursed. What the
and
frick is
imagine
wrong
what
with
you'd
this
see
screen?
scrolling across the bottom. It would just be a bunch of F words and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get out of here before we all get ourselves in trouble.
All right. Thanks, Trixie.
Everybody have a great-
Thanks, Patriots. God bless y'all. And
Have a great
God
weekend.
bless the United States of America.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you guys Monday morning with Tony and Chris in the chat. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, and that leaves you wide open.
There's a lot of stuff open. That's right.
Yeah.
Bye, all.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.